Good morning, this is Joanne in Colorado. I have hardly had birds at the bird feeders and the bird baths because I keep selling their bird baths, and when they go, there's not one there that they want. So I have been making more bird baths and I have been moving them around. So I have feeders for the birds right here. This one, if it doesn't have a drain hole, you have to make sure the rain doesn't fill it up where you drain the water. That bird bath is nice up there in the shade and close to where they eat. This bird bath's in the corner next to the fence in the shade. It's in the shade most of the day. And chickadees and finches like to hop over the fence and take a bath. And then my little moss one, I'm experimenting with light. So I moved this one over here in the shade. I took it out of the fancier pot so that I could have flowers in the sun. And I'm trying to make sure that not too much water drains down into the moss, and see if it turns a bright sunny green if it is in the shade. I think the sun was baking it too much. But I saw a bird in here trying to take a bath yesterday, and I didn't realize there's something funky with the cord that just really comes and goes. It was shutting off and turning on, and so I put a new pump in there, but I realized it is the cord. So this is my little drain, and if I have this at the right angle, not too much water goes down into the moss. And I think right now it's kind of getting too much. So I'm going to adjust that real quick while I'm here. And then I will continue to show you what else I did with the rest of my bird baths and feeders so that I could get more birds into the bird baths so that I could make some good videos again. Okay, well, I'll try that. I had to raise it up so that it wasn't flowing over the backside onto the moss, and that only a certain amount gets into the moss and the rest runs that way. So we'll try that. If it gets too much water, it drowns. If it doesn't get enough water, it dies. So anyways, trying to figure out the exact balance. Our hummingbird garden is starting to look pretty good. Most of the hummingbirds show up for the summer, the first week of July, so I am sincerely hoping that a bunch of them show up this year. It's been kind of a weird year. Salvias, bee balm. I had agastache, but I cut it down. I'm going to put more like the fuchsia, salvia, and more of the reds, the purples. I have some hummingbird mint in there, a little hyssop. I have some more of the Spanish vine, Spanish flag vine, along with that little plant. I have lots of vermilion air around this one. And one bird bath for these flowers. And my hanging basket over there. And some flower pots with hummingbird mint, hyssop, salvia. That might be pineapple sage there, it looks like it, but I think it's a type of salvia. There's some petunias that came back from last year. I need to recoat my flowers bright red. I put some extra cement in the basin and it got on the flowers in the water. And more bee balm. The wind wreaked havoc on this and broke a whole bunch of it. A couple days ago, These zinnias, hummingbirds love them, and they've been on them a bit, the few that I have. And then I have a hummingbird feeder there, which I may or may not move. I'm trying to get more little birds into this bird bath. I just did this one. It's not even completely done, but I had to get another one of their favorite ones over here so that they could use it, and they love it. There's about an inch deep in the center, and got a little texture so they can grab a hold of things, and a nice bubble in the center. My elephant ear, and I put a feeder right here because if the little birds who love this tree and love this bird bath could get a few seeds over here, I bet we'd see a whole bunch more of them. So that is the goal. Bunch more bees balm that's just starting to bloom. Some more of my Spanish vine. And that is a Weigela bush. And there might be some morning glories in there. I've had trumpet vine and all kinds of things in there. I'm just not sure what'll come back. We had hot weather in December. A lot of things came out. That's a bunch of salvia and hummingbird mint, or hyssop, sorry. Little peach flowers, trumpets. My honeysuckle vine had tons of flowers on it, but the weather drowned it with too much rain, and a lot of the blooms just folded up and look ugly. So I'm gonna have to get out here with my scissors, cut off all these blooms, and let it start over. So this, I believe, is more Agastache, I think. And then this is more of the hyssop with the little peach flowers. I planted that last year out of that pot. There's a lot of poppies, coneflowers, vermillionaire. Some more of the hyssop. These are the flowers that they come to. They love them. And for the first time in probably 40 some years, I have a double hollyhock that's about to bloom. Look like they're going to be red. I can't wait. I don't know what the other colors are going to be. They're supposed to be all vivid colors. And these, I put some of the Spanish vine in here. Figured it could climb up around this hanging basket. Some of my vermillionaire. Put a marigold in there because they discourage bugs. Some of these little supertonias, super bells. This I put some zinnias in the center, some salvia here, but I want some brighter colors. When I can afford it, I'm going to put a few other salvias that have maybe some hot lips. That's what it needs up here. That hyssop, it's a great plant, and if you have cold sores or VD, it kills the virus if you make a little brew out of tea. But it had flowers that were about that tall, about 4 feet tall, and I want a bunch of little flowers here. I've always had some bees balm here, which I don't have any little plants, so I'm not going to plant it here right now. But I do have some more of this hyssop and some more vermillionaire, and I'm going to find something bright for that. If the plants don't work for you, take them out, move them, throw them away, get something else. I planted these from seed. I don't live here. I use the flower pots to attract hummingbirds. Those just don't have enough flowers. But there are flowers there, so until I get more, I'm gonna let those be. And then I had a great big clary sage plant there, and I ripped it out of the ground. This is what it looked like. It just doesn't look real pretty to me. And I have an elephant ear that I planted there that I can see the grasshoppers or something have completely eaten almost one leaf up. And I moved this bird bath to the front, and as soon as I can afford plants for it, it is going to have hummingbird plants all around that. And I am rooting some more vermillionaire, and I think I might even have some hot lips that I'm rooting in the house. Some stems that broke off, and I just put them in water and pulled the leaves off, kind of scraped them up where the leaves came out of the stem, and then put them in water. And don't know if the bees will like this fake moss, but I needed a taller bird bath so I could see it out my window. Because what's the fun of having a bird bath if you can't see the birds in it? So that is the changes so far. And for my friends who know and have asked, we are working on finishing my husband's settlement, and then we'll be looking for a vehicle for him to get to work and a job. But in the meantime, he hit 67 in 2 months, so we're working on signing him up for Social Security, so maybe that'll help us survive, because his settlement just wasn't it wasn't worth all the pain and all the years of suffering anyways. 3 years of not being able to work and really not being strong in his back and his shoulder and his left arm when he's left-handed, and his knee. They got the plate and all the 9 screws. So anyways, I tried to plant a whole bunch of zinnias here. I have a Veronica plant there. All these sunflowers came back, and some of them were supposed to be exotic, so I guess I'm gonna let them grow, and I'll pull them out if they look ugly or when they get spent, and they usually end up looking kind of sad after a while here because they get too much water from the sprinklers. So anyway, that is how I've changed up the bird baths, and I will let you know, because I will have videos of more birds. My smoke bush is looking good this year. It's finally got some of the smoky stuff on it. Anyways, it's a cool plant. I want to plant or paint this bird bath so that it kind of matches this bush, and I will as soon as I have a few dollars to do it. Meantime, trying to pay rent, so do what you can do. I planted these from seed, and the rest came back from last year. So I have just a few plants that I was able to buy, but I'm enjoying them, and there's enough to bring some hummingbirds in here, even if I don't have as many as I normally would. It's been a weird year though, and I don't know for sure with all the fires and things, and late blooming, early trees blooming, late frosts, early really high temperatures. Anyways, it's been up and down and up and down. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I expect in the next week us to have lots and lots of hummingbirds coming in for the summer. And I don't know if you're like me and you like to photograph things like the Northern Lights and the Milky Way, but if you're in the right spot, you should be able to see the Milky Way brighter in this next month or so, or a couple months, than the rest of the year. Between midnight and 6 in the morning, we were out last night on top of a mountain trying to photograph them, and kind of a mist blew in. Lots of miles away from us. We could see lightning on the horizon, and on about 2 or 3 horizons, long ways away. We were up at about, I don't know, 10,000 feet. So, overlooking the Rocky Mountain National Park from I am sorry, the air has got something in it that's really messing with allergies today. But anyways, I was trying to think of the name of a trail. Oh, I've got another trail in my mind, and it just doesn't want to go away and let me say the right thing. So anyways, when you go to the top of Rocky Mountain National Park, up to the visitor center, the road you drive on, it has a really nice overlook about 2/3 of the way up the mountain, and that's where we photographed it from, right about 10,000 feet. So if I get some good pictures, I might post one for you. So you have a great day, and if you're not getting enough birds in your yard, they like water. Sometimes they like their food in the shade. They do like it kind of in a protected place like this, so that it's up in a tree or close to a tree where they can get away if they want to. When I get lots of hummingbirds, I usually move these other feeders, and we'll probably move them over closer to that tree, because I want the hummingbirds to have a place where they feel like they're not being just overrun by bigger birds. So I try to keep a little separate space. They can all chase each other in the other trees, and they still will, but I try to give them some space. And that feeder there might end up over here beside the patio on one of these hooks where I usually have some. I've had a few feeders break, so I need more, and I need to dig out some better ones, see if I have any extras, and get them up. And I don't know if I can show you from here, but on this shed, on the corner, it's in the shade, there's kind of a little metal hook that sticks out, kind of fancy, and I hang a feeder on there because it's in the shade. The squirrels can't get to it. And right around the corner on the side of the shed, oh my goodness, yeah, is that planter box. And it grows a bunch of salvias and a bunch of hummingbird flowers, and they get tall, and it gives the hummingbirds a place away from cats and birds and squirrels. I mean, other birds can fly by there, but it doesn't have tree branches and stuff there. It's just the flowers. They can hover in the air, and there's water over there, up there, here, and the cute little flowery one, and then the one under that big bush. So there's lots of choices, and I'm eager to get pictures of lots of birds in them. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will very soon have lots of hummingbird videos. It's a pain waiting for them though. Man, most of the year for a few short months of beautiful little birds. My own daily air show. So have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.